Ready to get this day on the go. It's gloomy outside, but finally finished a bunch of paperwork, got through a wretched March, and now I'm just looking forward to a spectacular new season in life. Just super thankful. Audio's working well. There we go. All right, so going side to side. If you're new to the channel here, never been here before, used to weigh over 300 pounds, lost 120 pounds. I've been able to keep it off for 10 years. Now just trying to stay healthy. I'm in my 40s now. Want to do a lot of dynamic movements, a lot of fitness from a perspective of being flexible first and then going into that strength. Guys like knees over toes, flexi, people of that nature, using your body weight, different workouts, different stretches and strengths, and talk about life, being a father, my faith, and fitness as a whole, food, bunch of F words essentially. My F words are food, fitness, family, finances, fatherhood, and just making sure that my family is in a good place. I've been married now almost 7 years. I've been with my wife for about 10. Gone through a lot in life, especially the first 20, 30 years of my life, and I've been able to figure out a lot of things. I've had a lot of fantastic mentors, and now I just want to bring this other element that I do every day, which is stretching to the world here, getting that dynamic movement going over a static stretch. I want people to feel like they can move with the day and how the day is flowing. Obviously, if you're either looking for work, you're at work, you're retired, or you're staying at home right now, or maybe you're taking a little break from your work, or you're just getting up. Maybe you're in the West Coast right now. It's nice to have you on, and if you want to join, I'm on most days between now and within the next hour or two in the mornings, and then sometimes I'll do a fitness video like body weights or hand weights. I'm waiting for it to warm up a bit more so I can get out to the bars, do that stuff. Might head to the gym, but the key and the crux of what I'm doing is just trying to stay healthy, keep people fit, and keep people accountable. It keeps me accountable as well. So I hope to be doing this for another, 40, 50 years if possible, and just continue the fitness journey that I've been on my whole life. I always struggled with my weight. Since I was a little kid, about 8 years old, I started really binge eating and emotional eating. It was really, really bad for me. I associated food with good times, and it was a type of therapy to just shove food in my mouth and make myself feel better. So very, very, very thankful to be in the place I am right now, and just super, super thankful. So I hope to continue that trend of health, stay flexible, and answer any questions you may have, or if you have any ailments, please pop it in the chat. I am checking the chat live all the time. If you have any ailments at all, I'd love to do those type of dynamic movements that might be able to help. I've been doing these stretches in the office I was working in for 10 years. 10 years previously at community centers with the city of Toronto, doing different classes in sports. And then 5 years previously playing sports, leading sports. I wasn't a team captain by any stretch of the imagination, but I was definitely in the forefront of making people feel better, especially when I was carrying around over 300 pounds and I was still pretty athletic and pretty flexible. There was definitely always some, I guess you could say, maybe a lure to the way I was able to continue to play all the sports I did at the weight that I carried. But I wish I had learned about fitness and nutrition from a young age. Like I always say, one of the first things, or sort of the things I've wished I've known 20 years ago, was a lot more protein, to rest a lot better, and to move and be more flexible. That's definitely, I think, the main three. And I also wish I knew what a 2 liter bottle of Sprite could do to your body. Because, after you play 5 hours of basketball, you feel like, you deserve things. All right, dude, kudos to you. So you might be doing some exercise. Oh, yeah, there you go, Caval. Yeah, right on, brother. Come on, join us. It's no equipment. Just move. We want to get that flexibility, that dynamic movement. And like I said before, in my 40s now, I want to be able to stay as flexible for my family, strong, fit, have to sprint after the kids, have to lift 100, 200 pounds over my head if I have to. I just want to stay in that state of always being ready. That's why I like to do a lot of the body movements. A lot of the big three, I used to do a lot of the pulls and the pushes, but I find that it leaves me weak after. It leaves me in too tight of a state. Of course, you feel strong when you have to do something seriously strong, but I don't like the feeling of just like, trying to move that one leg in front of the other, or that intense pain. I'd rather stay loose and stay fit. Yeah, I got a little tummy, so be it. The main thing is it's my blood work, how I feel. And to be honest with you, now that I've made that my goal, the idea of flexibility and dynamic movements, and then strength in that order, and then static stretching and things of that nature, that has allowed me to feel the best I've ever felt in my life. And I think nutrition, clarity of mind, creatine, things of that nature. Like, I barely use creatine, but when I do use it, I can feel the effects in my body. You can feel the nutrition that you have, having more protein, and just being in a better spiritual, emotional, mental, relational, financial state as time goes on really makes you feel that much better. So just go back to some rebounding here. So again, great for the nervous system, wake everything up. You don't want to be too stiff in the spinal column in particular, and in them glutes. Just want to rebound it out, shake it out there. All right, I don't know, I think we didn't do any high knees. Just love getting some high knees, some glute action in. Again, just warming up, probably do a workout later, and this will really help keep away from injury. Let's see what else. Someone else is here. I wish, bro, doing the 5. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's as I'm 40 now. I love, 5. I'm more like 50 by 3 or 50 by 1. Because I want to stay as flexible as possible. The key is, again, that if I do, a lift later, then I don't aggravate any of the main muscles in my body. I've had so many injuries in the past, had sciatic nerve pain, being shut down for months at a time. And it's terrible for you at the end of the day. All right, so we're gonna do some face pulls now. You're gonna take your thumbs and you're gonna pull them straight back through the body and past the eyes. And what you're doing is you're trying to allow for your scapulas in particular to get squished at the back, because you want to reverse all of that constant static sitting, static driving on your phone where you're kind of hunched over. These types of mental resistant exercises are great to allow you to get better form and just start off the day right. I find that when I do these types of exercise where I'm squeezing at the back, I'm holding properly, what ends up happening is my body, it naturally, the posture changes throughout the day. So we're just pulling through as if you're doing a rope pull. Just nice and smooth. Get those elbows tucked in on the ribs. If anyone has any ailments or any issues they'd like me to kind of dynamically move through, that would be fantastic. You're not a crackhead. What are you doing? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's that's really funny, Jack. I appreciate you. Thanks, man. I'm 26. I'm 5'4", quite usually, but lately I've got myself a bit of weight. Exercise home. Hey, come on every morning if possible. That's wonderful. My uncle's keen on boxing, but I've learned to walk. He put me put a boot in the groin. That's funny. Yeah, when he learned to walk, he looked. That's funny. Yeah, I actually lost the 120 pounds by only walking, stretching, eating properly, and doing body weight exercises. A lot of it's just discipline. It's just doing it every day, trying the best you can to be impactful. And, by God's grace, now I'm in a situation where I'm showing my kids this stuff every day. I've got 2 kids, another one coming in a few weeks. And just trying my best to be a person who has a schedule that they'll mentally imprint on their own mind and allow them to remember those good healthy habits. And try to educate myself 2 to 3 hours a day. I love YouTube for that because I can listen at 2, 3, or 4 times speed, and just helps with for me with the retention as well as overlay of information. A lot of things I've heard over the years, but it's good to find the new facts and listen to see how people process that information. And of course, it can be a detractor when you listen to things faster in human to human conversation, but that's when I spend a lot more time in reading people's body language. All right, so we're gonna get into the chicken wing here, open things up. And again, if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to throw in the chat or like or subscribe, that'd be cool. I would love to help anyone who has any ailments, like maybe if your knee or your shoulder hurts, so you need to get something loosened, I'd be more than happy to help. So now we're just opening up the chest cavity. If you guys have a big chest day or something like that, these are excellent exercises to help with the shoulder development as well as just your chest and your back. You want to get everything nice and loosened up for the day, or if you're going for a long drive or you just got out of a long drive or you've been at your computer for too long, you just want to keep everything nice and fluid. Nice smooth movements. Thank you everyone for who's commenting. Appreciate every comment. Been on YouTube for 15 years now, and I've tried to answer every single comment, question, or thought process that has come through. So if you are standing, if you're able to, let's get onto a wall here, and we're going to pivot. We're going to have our standing leg here, and we're going to just be rotating the inside leg. And so it's against the wall. And what we want to do is open up those glutes and open up the quads and get the hamstrings nice and loose. Nice smooth movement. And again, the reason why we do it in the middle is, we do the neck closest to the wall or closest to the brace is for really good stability. Like I said before, I've been doing this for 10 years in my workplace, 10 years before that in the community centers that I used to train at and I used to do coaching in, and then 5 years before that in the sports realm that I was in, where I was able to lead the sports. So we're doing crossbody now. So opening up those hips. I want to make sure that we get a lot of nice movement in the middle section area. All right, so now I like to straighten out my hamstrings and just pop down 5 times. I'm just bracing here so you get to, and then I'm bracing back that, and I don't want to give you all full moon to start off the day. And as some of you may know, I also stream in the evenings. I do dad doing dishes, just talking about life, talking about the things that are going on in the world. Talked about faith yesterday for some time, and just trying my best to do some lunges now. Trying my best to process what's going on in my life. It's leaving a diary for my kids, as well as it's sharing what I'm learning about the world. And as I move into different forms of social work moving forward, I'm sure I will have different insights, but of course while protecting the people who I'm helping and I'm entrusted to help. So we're getting into deep knees over toes type stretches here and movements. And we want to make sure that our knees go over our toes if we want to strengthen the knee capsule. However, if you can't get that deep, that's okay. The key is to get that flexibility, even that movement. I actually find when I have 50 or 100 pounds and I do the lunge, I find that I have way better balance. I actually find that when I don't have any weight, my balance is off. Maybe that's just years of being a bro dude, I guess you could say. All right, so now I'm against the wall here. I'm gonna try and get my elbows and my wrists in against the wall, and I'm gonna be pulling right through into my rib cage. Nice and smooth movements. And I'm trying to correct my posture in here and get my lower back to get strengthened. Again, in mental resistance, I'm squeezing my elbows into my rib cage to allow for that deeper stretch. And even some strength. All right, so now our our legs are straight, knees are locked, and now we're just popping our toes to the sky. This is really great for not only the quads as a starter exercise, but extremely good for the shins and for the knee capsule, which is again a thing that we don't focus on enough, is joint and tendon strength. All right, so now we're gonna pop and lock, forward up for the calves, back for the shins. And this once again is fantastic for all that reverse movement. Oh, sorry, for the forward movement, we're doing reverse movements that help to strengthen those muscles that are always in flexion. We're trying to get them to get extended now in this little small moment in time. Hey, how are you? It's Seashell. I think it's Seashell. Nice to see you this morning. If anyone's new to the channel, used to be over 300 pounds, lost 120 pounds, kept it off for 10 years now. In my 40s, trying to stay as fit and healthy as possible for family and people in my life in general. And I love to have people come along the journey with me as I try to do this every day. All right, just doing some cross body here. Wonderful. Please exercise with me. I'd love to hear that, love to see that. And again, since it's a live stream, you can just flick it back when we are done, catch up with the other stretches later on. All right, so now we are going to do some full body squats, which potentially is our body weight. And we're gonna do them by just slowly going down. You're gonna try to push through your heels if possible. I try to raise my toes, get nice and deep, whatever works for you. You know, however low you can go, that's great. Let's get some mobility to start in and then pop up and through. And when you're on your way up, try your best to get your pinkies to go as far out as possible while your thumbs are up. And that is a postural thing. You really want to allow for these movements to be the guide of correcting your posture in the long term, as we are moving into a posture epidemic as time moves on in our world. Here we go, we're coming in again deep. At the bottom here, we'll just kind of get a little movement side to side. Just really open up those hip flexors. There we go. All right, so now our legs are gonna be nice and tight. And we're gonna go straight down for 5, and then back up for 5. A little wider. Down for 5, keeping a little bit of air in your stomach and flexing your abdominals. I found this is going to be one of the best stretches for my lower back. Dynamic stretches, not static stretches. That has helped me to maintain, as I'm 6'3", 200, 6'3", 205 maybe now. And I just want to make sure that as a taller guy, 190 something centimeters, that I can just be in a good, healthy state. And like I've said tons of times before, it's all about the rest, the protein, the flexibility, good family time, and just trying to be in the best state of mind as possible. All right, so we're just gonna start winding down here. Just gonna move our hips back and forth. If you'd like to like or subscribe, that would be fantastic as well. Or if there's anything ailing you right now, please drop it in the comment section. We can do a couple extra stretches before I go for the day. Looking forward to the day. Lots of good stuff ahead. Had a crazy month, and I live streamed about that yesterday again with just faith and how your faith can be built up, and with another one of my episodes of Dad Doing Dishes. And yeah, just always looking forward to that next life lesson, that next thing that comes to mind that really impacts on my day. I used to journal every day, just one line, and I thought to myself, instead of journaling that one line, how about I share that one line in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour, 45 minutes, and it depends on the dishes load too. Depends on how much the little gremlins want to eat. Okay, so just doing a little twist here, getting a little twist going on. All right, now we're gonna do the screw in the light bulb, pat the dog, rotate. Again, I want to just get that nice flexibility for the day. All right, just clap it up. That heart going just a little bit. And now I hope you can go on with your office day, with your life, workout, whatever it is, with a better sense of your body and more relaxation and better posture. Okay, if you'd like to subscribe, please do that right here. If you'd like to watch any of the other videos for the workouts or just anything in general, just take a look at this playlist right here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless you.